For this video, we're going to be doing a basic sweep operation. Now, if you want to think about a sweep, think about it like a piece of wire or a hose, something like that. It's got one uniform cross section and it's got a path that it goes through. So we can use this tool for any type of, like wires, tubing, and things like that. It's pretty straightforward. So right up here, you can see here's the sweep. And if you click on it, it's going to ask us a couple things. It's going to say, hey, what's the sketch? And then what are my paths? So we don't really have those yet. So let's go back and cancel out of this. And down here on this plane here at the bottom, which is the XY plane, let's go ahead and click on that and activate a sketch. And you can draw anything you want here. I'm just going to put a basic circle. So I'm just going to say, hey, here's my circle. I'm not going to fully define it right now. I'm just going to place it at the bottom here. It's not super important at this point. Deactivate that sketch. And then I need another one or another sketch that's perpendicular. And notice I have this plane here, which is the YZ plane, which is already there. And if you didn't have this one, or you didn't want it right in the center, you have to create your own reference geometry plane, which we just covered how to do. So, but in this case, let's just go ahead and make it easy. So click here, activate another sketch, and actually it's spun it around a little bit. So I'm gonna spin it back in kind of 3D space, and I'm gonna use the spline tool. So here's the spline tool. I'm gonna grab the spline and I'm gonna snap it from the origin here. That's a nice starting point. And I'm just going to draw out a couple of lines or a couple inflection points here so I can see my spline. So here's I can just kind of have it flowing along this curve, and you can grab these and move them around and things like that if you want to modify the shape. And notice I don't have that circle down there directly attached, and that's okay. But I mean, if you want to move that over, that's fine. But we're just going to be using this path and that circle to define that shape. All right, so deactivate the sketch. And it's going to give you a warning because it's saying, hey, this is not a closed sketch. It's okay because we're going to be creating a sweep, so we don't need an enclosed sketch. Go ahead and ignore that and come over here to sweep. So my sketch to sweep is going to be that sketch number 1, which is right over here, which I'm going to grab from the Design Explorer. And my path is going to be sketch 2 right here. And you can see what's happening there. So it's just taking that circular shape and it's following along that line. Now, it's offset a little bit. Again, that doesn't matter. We're just going to be following that same shape. Now, we also have this checkbox here, which is rigid. Notice we get a little bit of weird things happening here at the bottom if you click on that. So it's better to keep it in rigid generally because it's going to take that shape and keep it flat and then just basically drag that shape through space following that line. Once everything looks okay, click OK, and there is our sweep.